everyone, my name is Irina Soy, and today I'll be talking about insects. Mind you, my pronunciation sometimes might be a little bit off because I just got my braces, so just bear in mind that. So let's get started. By the year 2050, the world will be a home for 9 billion people. But the population grows at a much faster rate than our world's food supply. Increasing scarcity of our natural resources such as land, water, and food will make it far more difficult to answer how exactly can we feed 9 billion people. More importantly, how can we grow sustainable and nutritious food that will support our healthy and productive lives? Well, entomophagy is a fancy term for the consumption of insects. Insects are one of the most abundant animals on this planet, and growing them on a large scale can be the answer to feeding 9 billion people. Insects offer us the protein of the future, one that is sustainable, healthy, and above all, tastes delicious. So let's talk about sustainability first. Our modern animal farming must be changed. 38% of our Earth is used to raise more than 3 billion animals on this planet for our consumption. 38% of our land, that is 1/3 of our Earth, is occupied by the animals that we intend to consume. Forests must be cut down in order to accommodate for such large number of animals for us. And that means that the larger the population grows, the more animals we need to grow. But here, we're not only talking about the space. Second point is that all that steak on your plate adds to greenhouse gas emission. According to the United Nations, between 14 to 22% of all greenhouse emission in the world is produced by animals and livestock. This number is much higher than all the transportation in the world combined. Next, we need to talk about our natural resources that are diminishing, and we're actually wasting so much resources in order to raise these animals. In order to get 1 kilogram of beef, we need to spend 10 kilograms of feed. But in order to get 1 kilogram of cricket, we only need less than 2. Another point is our clean water, the most precious natural resource that is required for life. In order to get the similar amount, 1 kilogram of beef, we need to invest 22,000 liters of water. 22,000 versus less than 1 for a cricket, for the same amount of meat, let's say. Let's call it a meat. So the ratio is just too large to be considered even to count whether we should consume meat or whether we should consume insects. Another thing is, animals are not that healthy compared to insects. Well, let's look. When we take 100 grams of meat and we take 100 grams of cricket, we can see that the protein amount might be similar, but crickets have much more vitamins and minerals compared to meat. They contain more iron. They contain zinc and calcium that meat does not contain as much. And also, the second point here is crickets are much easier to digest. 80% of adult cricket is edible and easily digestible by our human bodies, compared to just only 40% of beef. And also, when we think about our safety. When we raise our animals in these dark warehouses where animals are not able to walk, they're cramped body to each other, we should not be surprised that we do get diseases from raising them in these conditions. Mad cow disease, bird flu, and so on, can be transferred to us humans. But on the other hand, when we take an insect, they do not have any disease that can be transferred to us. So, overall, insects are more sustainable as they require less water, less land, and they emit less. They're also healthy because they have more minerals, they have more vitamins, and they cannot transfer any diseases to us. So why do we still not include them in our daily diet? Well, the only thing is a perception. When you think of an insect, you associate it more with something that is disturbing, as an irritant rather than as a food. And especially when you come to think of eating an adult cricket, you think of all these legs and all these heads stuck in your teeth, right? Especially me with my braces. But you don't need to worry because insects can be consumed in different ways. Compared to meat, we can take an insect, roast it, and turn it into powder. And that powder can be used in bakeries. We can make all your favorite cookies, all your favorite cakes, and with a specific aroma. So when we think about cricket, they have the aroma of popcorn. Mealworms have the aroma of nuts, and locusts taste like shrimp. And there are only 3 flavors that I gave you. There are so many thousand types of insects. They have their own distinct flavor to them that are not describable even with the common food that we have. So, feeling hungry yet? Pop that insect into your mouth and savor the crunch. Thank you.